And what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Wednesday. And first and foremost, as always, just want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, I want to come here today and give you the daily reminder of who the GOAT is, and we all know. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody that it is LeBron James. So, I got several different reasons why, of course, but today I want to focus on something because it's always a bunch of haters who always talking about this and talking about that, saying 6-0, 6-0. All they can say is 6-0, but then they tend to leave out facts like, did in Game 6 against Phoenix, which would have been Game 7, because they love to say Jordan never went to a Game 7. Jordan never went to a Game 7 in the finals. Well, I want to say, didn't Paxson hit the game-winning walk-off three-point shot with no time left? And they say, oh, well, Jordan set him up. Jordan didn't touch the ball, fam. He was a decoy. It was a great play that Phil Jackson drew up. But it was Horace Grant who had the ball in the post, who decided to pass it back out to a John Paxson, who hit the game-winning three. So let's just not like Jordan did everything by himself, So when you really, and I mean, if you think about it, Kerr hit a walk-off. So 2 out of Michael Jordan's 4 championships, he had teammates who hit game-winning, not just a game-winning shot in a game 1 or game 2, but series-winning shots. Series-winning shots. And we could talk about context. If you look at LeBron James finals, I could easily argue that he was still the best player on both teams in the finals. However, he just wasn't playing on the best team. And at the end of the day, rings is a team championship. Rings is a team accomplishment. Now, when you talk about accomplishments, of course, I will not discount a ring when it comes to the GOAT talk, because, of course, the ultimate goal at the beginning of each season is for a team to win a championship. But we all know one player cannot do that all by himself, just like with LeBron. If you really think about it, in the first series against the Golden State Warriors, when Steph won his first championship, LeBron was minus his next best 2 players, in Kevin Love, who didn't even play in the series, and Kyrie Irving, who was injured and put out in game 1 overtime of the series. So if you were to take Steph Curry's next best 2 players on the Warriors and you take away Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, do the Warriors win that series? Hell no. And if you saying that they would, then you're a liar and the truth ain't in you. But what I really want to focus on today is something that a lot of you might not think about, and it's called PER. So PER is, and I want to talk about VORP2, which is the value over replacement. Now, PER is a permanent calculations of a player's accomplishment and subtracts the accomplishments and returns a per minute rating of player performance. So it takes into account turnovers. It takes into account assists, points, rebounding, defensive win share, a lot of things that go into the PER, which is basically your plus minus during the rate of a game. Now, I will say this, Michael Jordan is edging LeBron all time in PER at 27.9. LeBron is right behind him at 27.3. And of course, LeBron is still playing. So who's to say that his PER won't improve? Because as we all know, he had a great season last season, and he's looking to do that again, and maybe even one more time again, because he just doesn't show any signs of letting down. Well, I won't say that, because he has had some injuries the past couple of years and has missed more games combined for the Lakers than he did combined previously in all his career. So we do know there were some unfortunate things with the groin and other things of that nature, but not to get into all of that. So Michael Jordan is the leader in that. And I get that to MJ, because I'm not one of those people who come in here and say that MJ is trash or try to discredit him and say he went against plumbers, because I watched MJ's whole career, and hell yeah, he's great. Okay. But then when you look at PER, they neck and neck. But see, if you really want to see what the value of a player is to his franchise, most GMs or anybody, they're going to look at value over replacement. And if you look at value over replacement stats year in and year out, how it coincides with who is the all-stars and who is MVPs and things of that nature in the league, then you could clearly see that there is none better than a LeBron James, because VORP takes into account the BPM but adds a replacement player. So you take just the average player off any other team and you add that into the mix. and you give them a -2 rating just to see where it goes from there. And then you actually see, and this is what Major League Baseball and a lot of other sports use, is value over replacement, because it shows the value per 100 possessions of a player, and it takes into account plus minus. It takes into account assist, rebounding, and negative things, because we all know LeBron James is all-time leader in turnovers. So you have to realize, okay, is he turning the ball over? But how many assists is he getting? How many points is he getting to take the place of that? So that's what VORP does, and there is no one even close to LeBron James. LeBron James' value over replacement is 142.6. Second place all time behind him is Michael Jordan at 116. So you're talking about what, 26, 36, damn near 25-point differential in that. Third all time, you had John Stockton and Karl Malone, which I will say, hey, that was some great competition that Jordan went against, because I'm not the one to sit up here and tell you that he went against weak competition, because John Stockton, all-time assist leader, one of the all-time steals leaders. Karl Malone, top 3 in points all time. I'm not discrediting that. But LeBron James, when you look at these value over replacement being 142 compared to MJ at 116, then you got Malone at 98. You got KG at 98. You got Chris Paul at 93. Tim Duncan at 91. The great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar value over replacement at 85. Charles Barkley at 80. And Kobe at 80. Now that's the top 10. So LeBron James 142 compared to what? Jordan's 116. So then you talk about, well, defense. And I know a lot of people want to use awards. Now we got to realize a lot of these awards are driven by the media. So you can't just say awards are the end all be all. Now they can have their context and go into the conversation, because I do use some of those awards for LeBron James when we talk about arguments. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. And that's why I like using this PER, which gives Jordan a slight edge. And I like using the VORP, which gives LeBron James quite a bit of an edge. But let me tell y'all something that you might not know, especially you huggers of the MJ. B's not easies. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't going to say too much because we're trying to keep it copacetic on here. But like I was saying, let's look at the defensive side of the ball, which we all know that, you know, Jordan is what, number 2 or 3 all-time in steals. LeBron has cracked the top 10, and we will say he has played more seasons, so that does kind of go to longevity. But to me, you can't take away longevity as a knock, because that just shows your greatness. Nobody told Michael Jordan to quit during the height of his career. Nobody told him to quit again after winning his other 3rd championship in a row, because he knew he wouldn't have Scottie Pippen and probably not Phil Jackson, so he was scared. He could have had teammates. He might could have pulled it off, but we'll never know, because he was scared. Okay, if he wasn't scared, then what was he? He was scared of the unknown. That's why he want to walk away at the height of his success, and that's why he really goes down as the GOAT in a lot of people's eyes, because that's all they remember is the success. But as I was saying, let me get back to these numbers. The numbers I want to focus on is the defensive win shares of a LeBron James. You're talking about the defensive win shares. So you're talking about what you did on the floor to contribute to stops for your team per 100 possessions. And defensive win shares is what is ultimately used by all GMs in the NBA now. So when you, and I do want to go back to VRP. I do want to say that that stat could not go back as far. So people like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain didn't get fully credited for that. So they could be up there, but you have to realize neither Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain were assisting the ball and contributing to the team's success in that nature. Especially Bill probably wouldn't be on there, but Wilt, as many points as he was scoring, I think there's no doubt that he would be right there neck and neck with LeBron James when it comes to value of a replacement. But what I do want to get back to is this defensive win shares, because everybody want to say, well, Jordan, all defense, you know, this and that, which we don't say. It's a media thing. People, man, I'm telling y'all, if you didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan, man, Michael Jordan, just listen to the Charles Barkley interview on Oprah. The way people follow him around, worship him like God, you got to realize the media going to fawn over him. They're going to give him every award there is now. He did get snubbed on sometimes. You know, if I'm going to be honest, Michael Jordan should have 10 MVPs, fam. LeBron should too. Hell, Kobe should have more than one. We know Nash robbed Kobe out a couple of them. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Defensive win shares. Bill Russell, number 1 all-time defensive win shares, 133. Tim Duncan all-time, 106. That's in second place. Kareem, third 94, who is actually tied with Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream, at 94. Then you got Wilt at 93.9. You might as well say 94. So you talking about Kareem, Hakeem, and Wilt right there at 94. Then you got Karl Malone at 92. Elvin Hayes at 83. Ewing at 81. David Robinson at 80. Dwight Howard at 76. But who do we have? Now, what did you just notice about all them names I've just named? You talking about Bill Russell, a center. Tim Duncan played center most of his career. Kareem, a center. Hakeem, a center. Wilt, a center. Karl Malone, a power forward. KG, a power forward. Ewing, a center. David Robinson, a center. Dwight Howard, a center. And then right at number 12 of all time, you have LeBron James. LeBron James is 75.9. Let's just go and give him the 76, y'all. Give him that 76. But let's keep going down the list, fam. Let's go down the list, and lo and behold, in there, the magical number 23, Jordan, who wears the number 23, is ranked 23. Now, that's if you include the ABA players as well. But if you want to focus on simply just the NBA, then what we will do is say Michael Jordan is still number 21, which is a far cry from where LeBron James is as defensive win shares. So take that, Skip, and roll it up and blow it out your ass. You understand me? So I know Skip always got something to say. Now, on tomorrow's show, I'm going to focus on finals opponents. Tomorrow's show, I'm going to focus on finals opponents, and I'm also going to focus on NBA players who have the same opinion as me, that LeBron James is the GOAT, because everybody want to say that everybody gives it to Michael Jordan. But I'm going to have reasons why with that is concerned as well. But I want y'all to make sure, if you haven't already, hit that bell, like, subscribe, share the hell out of it. Let's start a movement, baby. We know the season's going to be starting soon, and y'all know where to find me every single day. We break it all down, baby, and it's going to be a whole lot better than whatever your favorite morning show is. Because we killing Stephen A. and Skip on all the real stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, this has been your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to y'all haters. I'm out.